Yeah, the post-2015 process has been an exceptionally elaborate process, much more elaborate than the MDG process was. However, one problem that was also there in the MDG process is present in the current process, and that is what I would call the missing middle. We have many, many, many goals that we would like to achieve, and that's great because goals sort of push us a little bit ahead if we know where we want to go. And we have indicators, we have suggestions on monitoring and review procedures and processes. However, I'm asking myself, how do we get from the goals to the impact? And I think this is a challenge we have still to address. There are now some expert group meetings and workshops and special events addressing issues of finance. But when you look at what is being discussed, we are discussing possible instruments of financing. That's already important to have new instruments in the toolbox. However, how much money comes to the table? And not only money, but in which issue areas, like in the TRIPS area and in respect to patents, will we make changes? Will we see to it that there will be more TRIPS flexibility to deploy and develop green technology? Or will we see a more rapid development in the pharmaceutical area so that more people have a chance to survive? So there are many very concrete things about what precisely are we going to do together? Where do we collaborate in the follow-up? And I think this question has to be addressed urgently, and therefore I'm quite happy to hear that we will have I assume, it sounds like it, a Monterey Plus conference, where one will address these means of implementation issues. The climate is quite pleasant. I don't know what will happen until we come to the next General Assembly session in 2015. But my prediction would be that there will be agreement on these many, many, many goals. Because if you have many, many goals, then it's very difficult to clearly pinpoint something that doesn't happen. And so there is a dilution of responsibility. And while I'm optimistic that there will be a post-2015 agenda, I'm not sure what will be our final assessment in the year 2030. Because what is also sort of lacking from the current debate is that while we are talking about cooperation, that we need cooperation, we want cooperation around all these goals, the world is in a way heading into the opposite direction. More competition, because there's more development, more production going on the world over, more inequity, and so many other problems, resource constraints. So we are adopting this agenda at a point in time when the world is in turmoil and conflict. So we have to keep this in mind and be determined to make it happen, at least make it a bit happen, some progress in the years to come.